there, and it's race night tonight in America's Dairyland. It's a cool evening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as we get set for race number 20 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season, the Harley-Davidson American 400. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we welcome you to the legendary Milwaukee Mile with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network. And up in the NESRN booth tonight, my name is Trey Wright. 80 laps are slated for tonight's race in the Badger State after a great race on Long Island Saturday afternoon that saw Skylar Taylor go to victory lane at the Bridgehampton race circuit. But more importantly, things got really shaken up in the point standings with 6 races left until the chase. I know we said there were 6 races at Bridgehampton. There were in fact 7 including that race. But now we officially have an ice-cold Miller 6-pack of races to go until we take the top 10 points and 2 wildcard drivers. And oh boy, this bubble continues to fluctuate as well as this points lead. Taking a look at them right now, Juan Rodriguez with his good 11th place finish at Bridgehampton, back in the points lead, 37 points. He leads over Igor Barreto, equating to about 8 positions on the track. And Rodriguez starts 23rd on the grid tonight, Barreto 17th in the 13. So that'll be an interesting battle to watch on the racetrack to see who will take the points lead going into the final 5 races of the regular season. More on that in a little bit. But Matthew Hubert, with his sub-35th place run at Bridgehampton, falls down to 3rd in the point standings. Brenna Wilmington, with his really good run on Long Island, up to 4th, plus 3 positions from where he started, and Toby Murphy is plus 1 position up to 5th, 81 points above the cut line. And then we get to your bubble right now. Derek Hamill, Alex Sanvitale, Logan Williams, Roberto Crown Jr., and John Andrews round out your bottom 5. It's good to see Alex Sanvitale back up there with his good top 10 run on Long Island, but Derek Hamill did not have a good run. He falls down to 6th. Logan Williams gets a little bit of breathing room in the 17. Same cannot be said for Roberto Crown Jr., who falls down to 9th, and John Andrews, who was at one point the points leader midway through the regular season, now falls down to the cut line. 51 points separating the 44 and the 36, both Force Racing drivers on the cut line of John Andrews and Bradley Ream right now. And currently on the outside looking in are drivers like Bradley Ream, Danny Fallington, who had a good run. He is plus 2 positions. Dylan Matthews, with that absolutely horrendous start in the Bridgehampton race, not only fell to the back of the field, but fell 5 positions down to 13th in the 1 car. And Braden Perez, he finally had a good run in the 92, plus 4 up to 14th in the point standings. But also Will Parrish in 15th right now, trying to get through, but he is about 190 points below the cut line right now, so that 40 car needs a good run here tonight. He does start 3rd on the grid, so we'll see what he's able to do. But looking at your wild card right now, Logan Alexander still has it. He's got the 2 wins, but he is right 30th in the points with his poor finish at Bridgehampton, and he starts deep in the field tonight as well. So again, the top 30 rule is still in place. If Alexander falls below the top 30 in points after Armory Digital, then that second win will be nullified, and that 58 car will miss the chase. So he needs a good run over the next 6 races, and Bradley Ream is the highest driver on the outside looking in with a win. He has a 24-point lead over Danny Fallington and is 42 ahead of Braden Perez in the wildcard battle. Ream starts 14th tonight, Fallington 15th, and Perez also deep in the field, starting 32nd in that 92 car. But it's once again that time of the broadcast again, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you say we go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsports to kick off the Harley-Davidson American 400?
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life on the pit lane in Milwaukee as we get set to take the green flag for tonight's race. Matt Wolff starting right where he left off the last time we were up in Wisconsin. Last year's winner starts on the pole next to Daniel Bouchard in the 07. Row 2, Matt Wolff's teammate of Will Parrish starts next to Alex Sanvitale to round out your third and fourth. The Saukville, Wisconsin native of Logan Williams starts alongside Skylar Taylor, looking for 2 wins in a row in that 15 car. As everybody rolls off of the grid, you caught a quick glimpse of John Andrews' car deep in the field. Like we said, it's 80 laps around the Milwaukee Mile tonight. The pit window will be right at halfway around lap 40. And your 2 previous winners of the American 400 are Zachary Davis and Matt Wolf. And like we said, Wolf starts on the pole for tonight's race for the New Jersey native. So the pace car will make its way down the pit lane. Your Talladega winner and Daniel Bouchard will lead the field of the race's restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Hello, Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, picking up right where he left off, led the last lap of back in 22, and Matt Wolf back out front in the 42, side-by-side battle for second, as 2 of the full frontal cars battling for that top spot. Will Parrish in very well need of a win. If he's able to get the win here tonight, that would give him the other wild card spot, especially if Logan Alexander will start this race deep in the field. They're 3 wide back in here. Alexander on the tie end is Justin Zidell and the 44. John Andrews having a little bit of an issue, same with Zidell. They're able to keep it straight. Nothing wrong with either car. Both of them just getting on the curbs here. They're 3 wide. There's Igor Barreto in the 13. Brennan Wilmington right in the middle of that mess, right in front of Juan Rodriguez. Made the same gaffe at Bridgehampton, and they are still packing it in tight. 3 wide back in here. And Parrish continues to fight with the 07 for the lead. For the second right now, but it's been all Matt Wolf, who has led all 5 laps so far in the American 400. Bouchard still hanging tough on the outside lane, but Parrish will clear him. Now he'll battle his owner of Logan Williams for third. Williams looking for his third career win in the MBCS. Would love to do it at his home racetrack. Going to Wisconsin for a couple of races across both series. With a race here tonight in about a month's time. We'll be back in the Badgers State in the FMGTC up in Sturgeon Bay at the Old Spice High Endurance Raceway up north of here. But the Saukville native will make his way up to third, and Matt Wolf continues to check out in that 42. Right now, third of a second lead over his teammate. Trying to find the third. Full frontal car. There is the one of Dylan Matthews, Zachary Davis, previously driving this car. And there's Zachary Davis's old car in the 14. Now being driven by Keegan Thompson. Thompson right now up to 6th in the Viagra Monte Carlo. Still 3 wide racing in the back as Andrews tries to get a couple of positions, and that is the wrong way where Logan Alexander needs to be here tonight. Again, this is, like we said, going into this final 10 race stretch, Milwaukee is going to be the least of everybody's problems, because tonight is all about track position and the set of pit stops, what you're going to be able to do. And, you know, the 58 didn't exactly have the best qualifying start, and he's battling with Matthew Hubert for 41st. And Toby Murphy, not another good a run for Murphy if he wants to stay in the top 5 in points. But again, Alexander on the verge of going down potentially beneath the top 30 in points as your Talladega winner of Matt Wolff. He's able to get a win here tonight. Looking to see where Wolff is on the points pylon. And he's beneath the top 30 as well. So Will Parrish, if he's able to get the win tonight, would probably be the other wild card driver. And Andrews down on the banking once again, down the apron once again. I don't know what is going on with that 44 car. As Logan Alexander aggressive going through 4 underneath the 97 of Stapleton. And he'll tuck back in line in the 58. And the final 5 drivers in the field being separated from the rest of your leaders. Wolff continues to lead, full frontal 1-2, third and fourth are Logan Sport rounding out the top 5. The owner of Agais Motorsports, Alex Sanvitale. It's been running a little inconsistent over the past couple of weeks. Remember, he was involved in 2 incidents at Dover, and then Pocono was a little bit lackluster for this 96. And same thing for Nazareth as well, but he was able to get back into the groove with a 9th place finish at Bridgehampton. And he is right now caboosing this top 5. We'll see if he's able to stay there after this set of pit stops. Again, everybody still running up in this field. It's been a caution-free race so far as Igor Barreto continues to march up to the front. We'll see where Juan Rodriguez is, and he is behind Barreto by quite a few spots. In fact, there is Juan all the way in the back. So Igor Barreto, the way things stand right now, would be back in the points lead as he's drafting with his car that he owns. Right behind him, he gets a little tight going through 1. And he shoots up the 9 degrees of banking, modeled after, or one of the turns that was modeled. The turn 3 at Pocono was modeled after. Finally got the correct English. Barreto right now running in the 12th spot, and everybody else in the top 5 in points running underneath the top 20. The highest driver in that regard, I believe, Brennan Wilmington, actually is the 48 of Juan Rodriguez. There's Wilmington. John Andrews is in the top 5, but Matthew Hubert and Toby Murphy are, as Murphy will move underneath Thomas Troxel. That battle in the back end of the field. Again, it has been all Matt Wolff, who just put another 1/10 of a second over his teammate, who looks to be holding off the 2 Logan Sport Dodges. Fastest lap belonging to Dylan Matthews, who is able to get it by 100th over the 98 of Charlie Davenport, focusing on the wrong red and white car there. That is Bradley Ream in the 36. Who, again, Ream, ever since the Duncan Week of Speed, that 36 car has just been otherworldly. And he's able to win the in-season tournament, and he has definitely been putting those 75 bonus points to use, because he has just been having really, really strong finishes. With the exception of Nazareth. And right now, everybody else in the top 10 in points, with the exception of the 17 of Williams. Everybody's really struggling right now, but this could be the night Bradley Ream cracks into the top 5. Actually, I don't even want to say the top 5. I think he'll start with the top 10. But the way things are going right now, Bradley Ream is definitely going to be a threat to be in this chase. With how consistent he has been, we'll see if he's able to keep that consistency through this next slate of tracks. And I know we've talked about it, we've beat this horse to death over the past 3 weeks, but these next 5 races after tonight are some of the most wild tracks that we have. Now we got Texas World, where that's always unpredictable. Watkins Glen, you know, it's all about the start as Logan Williams sees Daniel Bouchard. It's not Shane Van Gisbergen, it's Daniel Bouchard who will go underneath the 17, looking for the 2-for-1 move. So he goes underneath. Will Parrish for second, sliding through. Slide job up the corner. And Matt Wolf continues to pull away in the 42. That time by opened his lead by another tenth. He leads by 1.1 seconds. As we're a quarter of the way through the Harley-Davidson American 400. And Alexandre Vitale will move underneath the 07. Parrish thinks about making it 3 wide. He does. 3 abreast for second. And this could get really tight going through the corner, but San Vitale, hang on to it, boys. They were able to get through, but there's still 3 wide down the front straightaway. The crowd going wild as Alexandre Vitale will go up to second, back to 3 wide. As Parrish is in the middle of a Logan Sport sandwich, getting doored by the 17 of Williams. And Keegan Thompson looking to get around his fellow Canuck there for 5th. And all this is happening behind Matt Wolf, but there is San Vitale, who is able to close in a couple tenths of a second there on Wolf. 996 might actually be the fastest car on the racetrack. He didn't put down one of the fastest laps, but he's been saving his stuff just a little bit for the back end of this run. We're halfway through the pit run. We'll see what the lead is cut down to. Not by anything. It'll remain at 1.15. But it's been an up and down season for Matt Wolf. He was able to get the win at Talladega, but other than that, you know, he's slowly but surely been slipping back. He's beneath the top 30 in points, but a win here tonight would do absolute numbers for this 42 team. Potentially put them in the top 30 in points, and then Logan Alexander, you know, he is in real danger. But again, if Derek Hamill, haven't really talked about him. Hamill running decently. He's 26th right now. It's not great, but it's not horrifying. Now, if Hamill, for some reason, falls outside the top 10, he does have that second win for a wild card as a little bit of a safety net. Again, another repeat winner tonight would really throw things into a blender. And Alexandre Vitale would love to get a win in this 96. But again, Hamill, the last 2 of the last 3 races have really shaken things up in the points, because we went, I believe, 16 straight races with no repeat winners. Then you get Logan Alexander at Pocono, Derek Hamill at Nazareth, which unfortunately that was much of the chagrin of Owen Miles. As Will Parrish now starts to fall back in the outside lane. He's in front of his other full frontal teammate of Matthews in that one car. Again, you just never really know. Again, with these 2 repeat winners, and here in race 20, we could see repeat winner number 3. Again, a lot of guys beneath the top 30 in points have been able to get wins. We had Eric Monaco, of course, Logan Alexander. Those 2 are tied in the points right now, and right now Monaco ahead of the 58 by a couple spots. So Monaco would have that tiebreaker going into Texas World. I completely forgot I was talking about trying to make a point about the upcoming schedule, so we'll go back to that briefly. Again, Texas World, you know, Watkins Glen, it's all about the start. Indianapolis is basically just, it's going to be what the next-gen car is in a couple of weeks at Indy, which, insane is the only word to describe it. Michigan is basically a super speedway, and Armory Digital is literally a super speedway. again, the next few weeks are really going to be anybody's races. You know, Will Parrish won the last race at Watkins Glen. He's always been solid at that track in the 40 car, when was in the 02. This is finally back underneath Fallington, slipping back about 7 spots there, trying to get back into the top 10 around Keegan Thompson. You know, and a guy like Cameron Garlington could spoil the party at Texas World. He's the only repeat winner. Actually, Zachary Fitzwater also. Again, Fitzwater could get a pair of wins here in the next couple of weeks. Anybody really can get a pair of wins over the course of the next 2.5 weeks and could shake things up. Again, none of these drivers are locked into the top 10 in points. Now, Juan Rodriguez could have a stinker of the next 5.5 races. Same with Igor Barreto, Matthew Huber, Brennan Wilmington. You know, all those guys up there, you know, none of them are safe. Now, that's a big, you know, kind of drawback, if you will, to the range and the ratings. But everybody's on equal. Everybody's got the same range. And, you know, you never really know where you're going to finish. But it's just that's the beauty of competition. Ultimately, that's what's allowing Matt Wolff to absolutely dominate here so far. Who he just continues to have a massive lead over Alex Sanvitala. You see the gap right there. I believe it's going to be probably about 1.5 seconds at the stripe right now. We'll see. Not quite. It's a second 39 hundredths. But we are closing in on the pit stop cycle for tonight's race. As we go through the field just a little bit, making sure everybody continues to roll on. And everybody's still within 9 seconds of the 42 car, with Matthew Hubert, another really poor run for the OIM driver. The Seattle native will be going to his home track in about 2 weeks' time at Armory Digital. But it is the New Jersey native of Matt Wolff who has been dominating the first half of this race. But again, the pit window opening up this time by, and these guys can make it to the end. I believe the max they can do is about 45 to 50 laps. And we've been running caution-free so far. I don't know if that's going to stay that way. These guys come out of the pit lane. And that time by. Oh, and there's the yellow right there. Owen Miles spinning around on the racetrack. He is flipping upside down. Side over side, barrel rolling goes the Rochester native, and the yellow flag is out. And that is right as Thomas Troxel hit the pit lane to try and avoid, I believe, Justin Zidell tagged the 05 broadside. And there's the caution. And Matt Wolff will see his lead dissipate. That might have been a good thing there. And it's another ignominious result. It's really been a tough stretch of 3 races for Owen Miles. You know, had the race in the bag at Nazareth, then on the pit cycle, overcooked the entrance of pit lane. Unfortunately, just had a little less fresh tires than Skylar Taylor. There he is in front of Skylar Taylor. And now this result here tonight. But this happened right at the exact time where everybody was going to come down, so the rest of the field will hit the pit lane. I don't know if Thomas Troxel... I don't know if the pit lane closed once Troxel came in. This might actually pay beautiful dividends for Troxel. We'll see if he stays out. But following here with Matt Wolff in the 42 car for Fresh Hoosier Tires. And I believe Thomas Troxel will be your race leader, as Matt Wolff will take 4 tires on this stop. Little bit of extra time as Alexandre Vitale will come out. A slow stop for Matt Wolff, and he is going to lose a lot of positions. Trying to fill that gas tank all the way up, as it's going to cost him on the racetrack. And the dominant car of the night will come off of the pit lane in 5th. But it will be the field behind Thomas Troxel. I guess this is just really dumb luck if you're Thomas Troxel, who he should be in the race lead. And survey says no, it will be Alexandre Vitale, in fact, in front. And I think the 00 is just on the tail end of the lead lap. So it's unfortunately not Thomas Troxel in the lead, but it will be Alexandre Vitale taking the race lead away from Matt Wolff, who had a slow stop. But we're under caution for the first time tonight in the Harley-Davidson American 400. Let's see what happened to bring out the first yellow flag of the evening here at the Milwaukee Mile. So Owen Miles at the time running in the 21st position, and this is right at the numbers where drivers wanted to come down, and I don't know why Owen Miles tried to come down there, but he'd already missed the pit lane, but goes right in front of Justin Zeidel, and Zeidel is going to snowplow underneath the 05, just hit him at the perfect place to send that door dash forward, up and over. Haven't seen a flip in a while here, but he sends him upside down, flipping side over side, end over end. I think he'll just do about 1, maybe 2 revolutions before landing back on all 4 tires. And a very weird crash. Kind of, it reminds me of the Jeb Burton flip at Pocono a couple of years ago. Just how weird of a crash, and just how weird the car flipped over. But we'll have our first retiree of the night. It's the Rochester native of Owen Miles, going behind the wall after going for a wild ride. Following real time with the 05, trying to come down the pit lane in front of Justin Zeidel, and he is up and over. Good shot for the fans as Zachary Fitzwater nearly hit him broadside as well. And under caution, Zachary Fitzwater ran out of fuel, so he was able to coast back to his pit stall, but I believe he will be 1 lap down. It's not the first time Fitzy and fuel issues have occurred over the last couple of weeks. Again, you remember going back to Watkins Glen and the FMGTC, and Nazareth, he had an issue. But it will be the 96 of Alexandre Vitale who will lead the field back to green. We'll see what he's able to do on the restart in the Harley-Davidson American 400. And we're back here at the Milwaukee Mile, cleaning up our first accident of the night. Like we said, the 05 of Owen Miles, the only car knocked out of that, and Zachary Fitzwater ran out of fuel on the pit lane. So 40 cars are on the lead lap. 41 remain on the racetrack. And unfortunately, that was just an unfortunate time caution for Thomas Troxel, trying to get his lap back here with the leaders right behind him. Pace car back in the pit lane. Your top 5 going back to the Reese's restart zone. San Vitale, Williams, Ream, Taylor, and Wolff. Back out in the air is the green flag, and first move down to the inside goes the 17 of Williams. Fitzwater, slow car in front of him. San Vitale trying to be used as a pick on the outside lane. But Logan Williams will move ahead of the 96 as the fans start to go wild. A lot of Hershey's 17 shirts in the crowd tonight as Logan Williams, the Wisconsin native, will go to the point. Trying to put Zachary Fitzwater down a lap as Thomas Troxel is in front of them. 3 wide back in here is everybody on the fresh tires. And cautions breed cautions. See if we get any more yellows here tonight, as here comes Bradley Ream storming up the inside. He will get past the 96 and he'll go to second, and going for third, Skylar Taylor looking for 2 wins in a row. Fitzwater will be moved out of the way by Bradley Ream, and a win here tonight would be exactly what this 36 car would love to have. It would be another repeat winner. Of Bradley Ream is able to go to victory lane. Logan Williams looking for his 3rd win of his career. But Bradley Ream is a man on a mission. He slides up a little bit through the corner as Sam Vitale back on the inside lane. Ooh, Ream got really loose out of 2 down the back straightaway. San Vitale underneath the Five Guys Chevrolet. He'll roll through the corner, trying to get past him as Logan Williams tries to check out. He is able to double his lead over the 36 San Vitale, cruising up the inside. Trying to get around him there. They'll still drag racing down the back. Closing in on 50 laps to go in the American 400, as Logan Williams only has 1 car in front of him, the 00 of Thomas Troxel. But going back to the pit stops, as San Vitale will take it. You know what? Well, let's, I believe it's time for a Twisted Tea race break. So what do you say we go through the field, presented by Fram? So right now it's Logan Williams with the race lead. Alex San Vitale is taken 2nd away from the 36 of Bradley Ream. Skylar Taylor is 4th. Matt Wolf rounds out the top 5. Dylan Matthews is 6th. Battle for 7th between Daniel Bouchard and Will Parrish. And 9th is Charlie Davenport. 10th is Angel Gutierrez, 11th Keegan Thompson, 12th Danny Fallington, 13th Ryan Durrani, 14th Riley Sampson. 3 wide battle as Corey Case will split the middle there. He will be 15th as Dano Georgi is 16th, Collins 17th, Barreto 18th, Orman 19th, and Crown Jr. right on the back bumper, rounding out the top 20. Top half of the field, caboosed by Braden Perez. Reggie Fogelman is 22nd, Alex Lozano 23rd, Derek Hamill 24th, Caleb Rose 25th, Juan Rodriguez 26th, Smith 27th, Garlington 28th, Reynolds 29th, and Andrews 30th. Eric Monaco is 31st, 32nd Justin Zidell, 33rd Toby Murphy, 34th is Brendan Wilmington, 35th the 58 of Logan Alexander, 36th Matthew Hubert, 37th Nathan Stapleton, 38th Ethan Lewis, 39th Cole Sampson, 40th Thomas Troxel, and 41st Zachary Fitzwater, with Logan Williams, Owen Miles, being in the garage area to round out your field of 41 cars still on the track. 40 of them are on the lead lap. Your Tag Heuer fastest lap right now belongs to Eric Monaco in the 4 with a 27.161 fastest lap. That's actually tied right down to the 1,000th of a second with the 1 of Dylan Matthews. So that remains the top time. Those two will each get 5 bonus points, the exact same time for the Tag Heuer fastest lap. And the Valvoline fastest pit stop of the night belongs to the crew of that man right there, Derek Hamill in the 47. So he moves underneath the 21 of Roberto Crown Jr. Hamill 14.89 on the pit lane for the fastest pit stop of the evening. But for the lead, right on the back bumper of this 17 is the 96. As San Vitale continues to hound this 17 of Williams. Down the back straightaway they go once again. Williams holding on by only 17 hundredths of a second. We'll see what it is this time by. San Vitale losing just a little bit of time, losing a couple hundredths there. Still a long way to go. 24 laps remain on the Harley-Davidson American 400. Still could be a yellow, and that could be it there. Igor Barreto getting turned into the inside wall. No caution. He'll come back up the track. Another close call for the Brazilian driver. The man who we were slating to be in the points lead coming out of tonight, having a close call, but once again, heavy right side damage, left side damage on that Valvoline Dodge. And with Juan Rodriguez now getting in front of him, we'll take a look at the replay. See it on your screen right there. As Igor Barreto getting hooked into the inside wall. But he was able to have a fantastic save, unfortunately losing a bunch of spots in the process. You know, I said Milwaukee might be one of the tamer tracks. We've had a flip and we had a car careen under the inside wall. This has been a phenomenal race so far. I believe last year's race went caution-free, maybe had one caution. But this race has been absolutely outstanding. No green flag pit stops tonight. A lot of slow pit stops, unfortunately. You know, the fastest one of the night being 14.89 from Hamill's pit. But Logan Williams starting to set sail. He's drafting a little bit on the rear end of Thomas Troxel, and with 20 laps to go, Williams looking to get a hometown win for the Saukville native. Checking back into fifth as Matt Wolf continues to fall back. How about Dylan Matthews making up some spots on the pit lane? Like we said, that one car started the deepest of all the full frontal drivers in 13th. Your pole sitter falls back to 6th. 5th is Dylan Matthews, and guy who was in 2nd for the majority of this race of Will Parrish. Right now, just outside the top 10 in 12th. As the laps start to wind down, and Logan Williams continues to pull ahead of Alex San Vitale. Williams has never won on an oval. He won at the Badlands in 2020 for Honor Island Motorsports and won at Pocono back in 2021. That man right there, Thomas Troxel, the 2022 winner. So Logan is still looking for his first career win on an oval. Of course, he's got plenty of oval wins in other series. Got a couple of wins. I believe he has an Indy 250 championship over on AG's channel. I believe he is an Indy 250 champion. We'll have to double check that. Of course, he's in a fierce battle for the points lead in the Haas IndyCar Series, along with Brandon Wilmington, both of those drivers for American Motorsports. But continuing to lead with 15 laps to go, San Vitale is reeling him in just a little bit. Was able to close in by 400ths there, but it is going to be really, really close. And for third, Skylar Taylor, back-to-back races with a podium in her sights right now. She's somehow able to come up and win this race. That would be incredible for back-to-back wins for Skylar Taylor, and it would. Given where she's standing right now, she is in the top 30 in points, so Skylar Taylor would be eligible for that second wildcard spot if she gets a win in the next 6 races, including tonight. Here's some contact in the back. Nobody going around as we remain green on lap number 68 of 80. And looking back at the Milwaukee race from 2022, we in fact had one caution in the early stages, as it looks like Riley Sampson and Ryan Durrani had an engine issue in last year's race. Last year being dominated mostly by the 88 of Elijah Gordon. And it was Madison Tall who got tied up with, looks like Daisy Johnson there. A couple of former female drivers. So 99 car unfortunately has not had a whole lot of good luck at the Milwaukee Mile, including tonight with Zachary Fitzwater running out of gas. But now 11 laps to go, and San Vitale is right on the rear end of Logan Williams. Logan has not been able to get around Thomas Troxel all night long. So I don't know if Troxel is slowing Williams down a little bit. Again, Troxel has 2 lap older tires than Logan Williams. So that could be hindering the 17 just a little bit. And that time by, San Vitale only a third of a second behind with 10 to go. It's coming down to the wire in the late stages of the Harley-Davidson American 400. In case you are just tuning in, as Justin Zeidel falls back in the 78. He was the catalyst in that 05 car, going around and flipping. Again, I've never seen a car hit square in the door like that, especially at such a low speed. Because off the corner under the panic decel, these guys are probably going about 70 miles an hour. And that was a good run off the corner for Williams. Still just trying to get around Thomas Troxel to put a little bit of room between himself and San Vitale. But Skylar Taylor's been saving up some of her stuff late in the race. Fastest lap still tied right down to the 1,000th between the 4 and the 1. So, again, the way things stand right now, which they're probably going to remain standing with the fall off being about 3/10 of a second. It's not going to be a lot as Skylar Taylor now moves up to second. If she can get around Alex San Vitale, Alex is going to make it tough on the 15. Ooh, this is going to be very, very tight and very interesting as well if Taylor's able to get around San Vitale with the next couple of laps. Troxel is still holding up Williams. And at the line with 6 laps to go, these two continuing to fight for second. Taylor, if I'm San Vitale, I'm just letting Skylar go. And I think that's exactly what he's doing right there. As Skylar Taylor moves up to second, she has definitely saved up some of her stuff. But is it enough with 5 miles to go to catch up to this 17 car? All 5 digits from the flag stand being displayed. 5 to go in the Harley-Davidson American 400 as San Vitale continues to fight on the outside, but now Taylor has got him cleared. The King of Prussia, Pennsylvania native, looking to spoil the party as she's gotten around the Italian stallion of San Vitale. 4 to go at the line, and closing in a 10th there was the 15. We saw Zachary Fitzwater run out of gas late, but I think these guys should be good to make it to the end with the yellow flag laps that we ran. But Skylar Taylor looking to throw an absolute nuke into this points battle. 3 to go at the line. And she is there. Oh, Williams try to go around the outside of Troxel. Oh, Taylor is going to be on the back bumper of this 17. Troxel, again, Troxel's really got nothing to lose here and really nothing to gain. But Skylar Taylor looking for 2 wins in a row. Popsicle sticks out in the air. 2 laps remaining at the Milwaukee Mile. Skylar Taylor trying to go high. Oh, that may have been the move right there as she cut it down to 0.2 of a second. Williams dragging the brake just a little bit early, braking through the corner. Taylor's not done yet. We haven't had a last lap pass here at Milwaukee. 1 lap to go here at the Milwaukee Mile. Ooh, leaving a lot of bottom open. Going through 1 and 2 was Logan Williams. If Taylor's going to strike, she's got to do it now through 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway. Can she get it in time? I don't think it's going to be enough. Off the final corner, 1 last gas, not there in time. Good block from the Wisconsin native, and Logan Williams wins at his home track in the Milwaukee Mile. And all props go to Skylar Taylor at the end. She went for it. And by 1/10 of a second, Logan Williams able to hold off a hard-charging 15. Caution comes back out at the end as Nathan Orman getting hooked there by Riley Sampson on the cooldown lap. And, well, that's just NR2003. But how about that for Logan Williams' hometown win for that 17 car? And my God, what a run for Skylar Taylor at the end. I tell you, if she had another lap, the exact same thing that happened with Owen Miles in the race where Skylar Taylor won on Saturday. You know, it's almost the exact opposite with Skylar Taylor coming about 1/10 of a second away from Logan Williams, but a great block on the part of Williams right at the end, and he ends up winning. Taking a look at your standings, Logan Williams, your winner. Skylar Taylor, oh so close, but 2 straight races where Skylar Taylor finishes on the podium. A first place at Bridgehampton, a second today. And that's about 400 points for Skylar Taylor. And she might be in the conversation for a wild card run. You know, but also Logan Williams, his first win of the season. Finally back to first-time winners, and that's going to be good for him. San Vitale, another good run for the 96. Bradley Ream will be up in the top 10 in points. And same with Dylan Matthews, who will probably go up to the top 10 in points as well to round out your top 5. Bouchard was 6th. Matt Wolf 7th. Not a good run for the man who dominated the first half of this race. Charlie Davenport 8th. Keegan Thompson 9th. And Danny Fallington, a well-needed top 10 run. Taking a look at the rest of your results. 41 cars finished the race. 39 of them were on the lead lap. But what a race there at the end. And I tell you, these fans were on their feet for the last 10 laps. And Logan Williams, the only Wisconsin driver in the field, getting the job done here tonight for the Saukville native. And he is going to be drinking a lot of Miller here tonight. And it's been an unfortunate season. There's been a lot of missed opportunities for Logan Williams, but he has been finally able to get a good run here tonight. And, you know, taking a look at some of the drivers and the points that are a little bit off. We know, Logan Alexander, trying to find where Alexander finished 34th once again. You see the 4 of Eric Monaco. Alexander's going to fall beneath the top 30 in points, so that's going to be a whole cluster, a fustercluck. Brennan Wilmington, a sub-30 run. Same thing for John Andrews, who will fall on the outside looking in right now. He's going to need a win. Roberto Crown Jr., another lackluster run for the 21. Juan Rodriguez also having a little bit of struggles there. Same thing with Igor Barreto. Matthew Hubert as well in the 31. Trying to see where Toby Murphy finished. Murphy finished 16th and he was 177 points behind Juan Rodriguez. I believe Igor Beretta or Juan Rodriguez will retain the points lead coming out of tonight. But again, 5 races to go. You know, this race was the tamest of the next 5. I can guarantee you that much. And this was a phenomenal race here. You know, Logan Williams being able to get the job done to 17. But these next 5 races that we got coming up, we got Texas World coming up, Watkins Glen, Indy, Michigan, and Armory Digital. Again, there is a good reason why I put all of those races together at the end of the regular season is because of chaos like this. But that's going to do it here from the Milwaukee Mile. Congratulations once again to Logan Williams for winning the Harley-Davidson American 400. And we'll see you Saturday afternoon down in the Lone Star State for the Out of the Groove 500 coverage from the Texas World Speedway starting at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on the NESRN. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after race 20 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season. And from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, folks.